I'll draft the first section focusing on Maya Rodriguez's introduction and cafe setting. The morning sunlight filtered through the floor-to-ceiling windows of Urban Grind Café, casting a golden glow on the polished marble countertops and sleek espresso machines. Maya Rodriguez moved with practiced efficiency, her movements precise and controlled as she prepared another intricate latte, her slender fingers dancing across the espresso machine with the confidence of a seasoned barista. At 28, Maya appeared to be just another hard-working service worker, her crisp white shirt and black apron blending seamlessly with the cafe's modern aesthetic. Her dark hair was pulled back into a neat ponytail, revealing sharp, intelligent eyes that seemed to hold secrets far beyond the bustling coffee shop. "One caramel macchiato for Sarah," she called out, sliding the perfectly crafted drink across the gleaming counter. The customer, a young professional in a tailored suit, barely looked up from her smartphone, mumbling a distracted thanks. Maya had heard the whispers, the subtle comments from her co-workers, the not-so-quiet jokes about her seemingly endless shifts and meticulous attention to every detail of the cafe's operations. "Must be saving up for something, Mark," one of the junior baristas had muttered last week. "She's always here, always working." Little did they know that every movement, every observation, every interaction was part of a carefully orchestrated plan. The cafe wasn't just a workplace for Maya, it was a singular piece of a much larger puzzle. The Urban Grind's downtown location was prime real estate. Sleek metal chairs surrounded minimalist tables, while art from local photographers adorned exposed brick walls. Professionals, students, and local artists created a constant hum of conversation and laptop typing. But for Maya, this wasn't just a backdrop, it was a classroom, a testing ground, a strategic vantage point. Her hands never stopped moving, wiping surfaces, adjusting inventory, observing customer interactions. Each moment was an opportunity, each interaction a potential insight into the intricate world of cafe management she was silently conquering. The cafe's manager, Tom Reynolds, viewed Maya as a reliable employee, dedicated, hard-working, always willing to take extra shifts. What he didn't see was the sharp business mind calculating every expense, analyzing every operational detail, building a network of connections that would soon transform everything. As the morning rush began to wind down, Maya allowed herself a momentary smile. They had no idea. Not yet, but soon everything would change. The story of Maya Rodriguez was just beginning, and no one in this cafe suspected the revolution that was about to unfold. Maya's earliest memories were saturated with the rich aroma of her parents' small Mexican restaurant, Rodriguez Cocina. Nestled in a tight-knit, working-class neighborhood of Chicago, her father, Carlos Rodriguez, had arrived in the United States with nothing more than $200, a worn suitcase, and an unbreakable dream of creating something meaningful for his family. The restaurant was more than a business, it was survival. Elena Rodriguez, Maya's mother, would wake before dawn, preparing handmade tortillas and marinades that would become the heart of their daily menu. Carlos worked construction during the day and managed the restaurant's evening shifts, his hands calloused from both manual labor and years of chopping ingredients. But young Maya learned early that survival meant hard work. By age 8, she was stacking chairs, refilling salt shakers, and watching every transaction with keen observation. Her parents spoke openly about their struggles, the constant battle against rising rent, unpredictable utility costs, and the razor-thin margins that separated success from failure. Maija, her father, would say, wiping sweat from his brow after a long day, "In this country, opportunity exists. But it doesn't come to you, you must chase it with everything you have." Their neighborhood was unforgiving. Many immigrant businesses failed within the first 3 years. The Rodriguez family watched friends and fellow entrepreneurs close their doors, defeated by economic pressures and systemic challenges. But Carlos and Elena refused to become another statistic. Financial instability was a constant companion. Some months, they could barely cover rent. Other months, unexpected expenses like equipment repairs would threaten to collapse their delicate economic balance. Maya watched her parents make impossible choices, choosing between fixing a broken refrigerator or buying school supplies. The restaurant became Maya's education in resilience. She learned accounting by helping her mother reconcile cash registers. She understood customer service by observing how her father transformed difficult interactions into opportunities. Mathematics wasn't just a school subject, it was a survival skill learned through tracking expenses and potential profits. When Maya was 12, their primary oven broke down during the busiest weekend of the year. Instead of accepting defeat, her family worked marathon shifts, cooking in batches, maintaining their reputation through sheer determination. That weekend taught Maya that adaptability was more valuable than any single resource. Her parents' immigrant experience was a complex tapestry of hope and hardship. They navigated linguistic barriers, cultural misunderstandings, and a system that often seemed designed to discourage small business owners. Yet they remained optimistic, teaching Maya that perspective was a choice. "We might not have much money," Elena would tell her daughter, "but we have dignity, intelligence, and each other. Those are wealth beyond measure." These lessons would become the foundation of Maya's future, a blueprint for transforming struggle into strategic opportunity and passion into entrepreneurial success. Maya's transformation began in the shadows of her day job, carefully plotted between espresso shots and customer orders. While working at Urban Grind, she was simultaneously pursuing an online MBA, using every spare moment to study business strategies, franchise economics, and market expansion techniques. Her first strategic move came through meticulous research. She identified struggling local cafes with potential businesses that were operationally sound but lacked strategic vision. Using savings from her barista job and a small inheritance from her grandmother, Maya began making calculated investments. The initial acquisition was a small cafe in a suburban strip mall. She negotiated the purchase quietly, using her understanding of restaurant operations and keen financial analysis. The owner, struggling with mounting debts, saw Maya as a lifeline rather than a competitor. Over the next 3 years, Maya methodically expanded her portfolio. Each cafe wasn't just a business purchase, it was a carefully selected piece of a larger puzzle. She implemented standardized training programs, refined supply chain management, and developed a unique brand identity that distinguished her cafes from typical franchise operations. Her colleagues at Urban Grind remained oblivious. Mark, who had previously mocked her dedication, continued to see her as just another hard-working barista. Tom, the manager, appreciated her reliability, but never suspected the strategic genius working right under his nose. The revelation came unexpectedly during a seemingly ordinary morning shift. A local business magazine featured Maya on its cover. Youngest cafe franchise owner revolutionizes urban dining. The article detailed her remarkable journey, her network of 17 cafes across 3 states, and her innovative management approach. The cafe fell silent as her co-workers read the article. Mark, who had spent months making subtle jokes about Maya's work ethic, stood frozen, the magazine trembling in his hands. "You," he stammered. "You own all these." Maya's response was calm, measured, not just own, built. From the ground up. The confrontation was a masterpiece of emotional restraint. Years of subtle mockery, of being treated as invisible, dissolved in that moment. Her colleagues, who had seen her as just another service worker, now understood the depth of her ambition. Tom, the manager, approached her with a mix of shock and respect. "Why didn't you ever say anything?" "Because success speaks louder than words," Maya replied, her voice steady. "And today it's finally speaking." The moment wasn't about revenge. It was about demonstrating that potential isn't defined by current position, but by vision, hard work, and strategic thinking. Maya had transformed the narrative from being underestimated to becoming undeniable. Her parents' lessons of resilience, her immigrant family's struggle, her own relentless determination, they had all converged in this moment of triumph. The cafe that once represented her starting point was now just one small piece of her expanding empire. As her colleagues processed the revelation, Maya continued her work. Because for her, this wasn't an endpoint. It was merely another step in her continuing journey. Maya's business expansion was a calculated journey of strategic growth and innovative management. She recognized early that the hospitality industry demanded more than traditional approaches. It required adaptability, technological integration, and a deep understanding of customer experience. Her first major innovation was implementing a centralized digital management system. Instead of relying on individual cafe managers, she created a comprehensive platform that allowed real-time inventory tracking, staff scheduling, and performance analytics across all her franchises. Each new cafe acquisition followed a precise formula. Maya would first conduct an exhaustive operational audit, identifying inefficiencies and potential improvement areas. Her background in her family's small restaurant had taught her that every dollar matters, and she applied this lesson rigorously. Technology became her primary differentiator. She developed a mobile app that integrated customer loyalty programs, mobile ordering, and personalized recommendations. This wasn't just a digital add-on, it was a complete reimagining of customer interaction. Staffing was another area of transformation. Maya implemented comprehensive training programs that went beyond typical service industry expectations. She created career development pathways, offering scholarship opportunities and management training for employees who demonstrated potential. The challenges were constant. Supply chain disruptions, rising ingredient costs, and competitive market pressures could have derailed a less prepared entrepreneur. But Maya had learned resilience from her immigrant parents. Each obstacle was an opportunity for innovation. Her approach to recruitment was particularly unique. She actively sought employees from diverse backgrounds, particularly those who understood the immigrant experience of hard work and strategic thinking. Many of her managers were first-generation college students or immigrants who saw the cafe not just as a job, but as a pathway to something greater. Personal growth accompanied her business expansion. The shy young woman who once worked quietly behind an espresso machine was transforming into a confident business leader. She began speaking at entrepreneurship conferences, sharing her journey of building a multi-million-dollar franchise from minimum wage beginnings. Societal expectations had always tried to limit her as a woman, as a child of immigrants, as someone working in the service industry. But Maya redefined those limitations. Her success wasn't just about financial achievement, it was about challenging systemic barriers that discouraged entrepreneurship among marginalized communities. By her early 30s, Maya had expanded to 25 cafes across 4 states, with a projected revenue approaching $15 million annually. But for her, the numbers were secondary to the impact, creating opportunities, challenging perceptions, and proving that entrepreneurial success knows no predetermined boundaries. But her parents, who had once worried about making monthly rent, now watched their daughter reshape an entire industry. One cafe at a time. Maya's philanthropic vision extended far beyond her business success. She established the Rodriguez Entrepreneurship Foundation, dedicated to supporting immigrant and first-generation entrepreneurs with practical resources and financial support. The foundation's flagship program provided micro-grants and mentorship to aspiring business owners. Unlike traditional funding models, Maya's approach focused on holistic support, combining financial assistance with comprehensive business training, network development, and ongoing mentorship. Her scholarship program targeted first-generation college students and immigrants, offering not just financial support but structured mentorship. Recipients weren't just given money, they were connected with successful entrepreneurs who could provide real-world guidance. In workplace diversity, Maya became a vocal advocate. She implemented progressive hiring practices across her franchise network, ensuring opportunities for individuals from marginalized backgrounds. Her management teams reflected the diverse communities they served, breaking traditional hospitality industry stereotypes. Key initiatives included comprehensive leadership training for employees from underrepresented backgrounds, scholarship programs for children of service industry workers, anti-discrimination workshops across her franchise network, mentorship programs connecting young entrepreneurs with experienced business leaders. Maya's strategy wasn't about charity, it was about creating systemic change. She understood that true empowerment meant providing tools, resources, and opportunities, not just financial support. Her own experiences as a child of immigrants informed every decision. She knew that success wasn't just about individual achievement, but about creating pathways for entire communities to succeed. The Rodriguez Entrepreneurship Foundation became a model for corporate social responsibility. Maya demonstrated that business success and social impact could not only coexist, but could be fundamentally interconnected. By her mid-30s, Maya had transformed from a single cafe worker to a regional business leader who was actively reshaping entrepreneurial landscapes for immigrant and first-generation communities. Her message was clear: opportunity is not a limited resource. When lifted, communities can collectively rise. The National Business Conference Hall buzzed with anticipation as Maya Rodriguez took the stage. Her journey from a cafe barista to a multi-franchise owner had become a beacon of hope for entrepreneurs nationwide. Public recognition came in waves. Forbes named her Emerging Entrepreneur of the Year, while Harvard Business School invited her to speak about immigrant entrepreneurship. Her story transcended typical success narratives. It was a testament to strategic vision and unwavering determination. Mark, her former colleague who once mocked her cafe work, approached her after a keynote speech. The confrontation she once anticipated dissolved into a moment of genuine respect. "I never saw it coming," Mark admitted. "How you transformed everything." Maya's response revealed her true character. "Success isn't about proving others wrong," she said. "It's about proving to yourself what's possible." Her reconciliation with past critics wasn't about vindication but understanding. Each skeptical voice had been a catalyst, pushing her to work harder, strategize more intelligently, plan more meticulously. Key lessons crystallized through her journey. Judgment reveals more about the person judging than the person being judged. Persistence matters more than initial circumstances. Every obstacle is potential opportunity in disguise. Community upliftment amplifies individual success. Her future vision extended beyond personal achievement. Maya planned to create an entrepreneurship ecosystem supporting immigrant and first-generation business owners, transforming individual success into collective empowerment. The Rodriguez Entrepreneurship Foundation would become her most significant legacy, a platform creating pathways where previous systems had created barriers. Her parents watched from the audience, understanding that their modest restaurant had planted seeds for something far more transformative than they could have imagined. Maya's story wasn't just about business success. It was about rewriting narratives, challenging limitations, and proving that potential knows no predetermined boundaries. In the quiet moments between her bustling business empire, Maya Rodriguez reflected on the journey that transformed her from a cafe worker to a successful entrepreneur. Her story wasn't about luck, but about relentless determination and strategic vision. To aspiring entrepreneurs, her message was clear and powerful: your current position does not define your potential. Every job is an opportunity to learn, observe, and strategize. The skills you develop today are the foundation of tomorrow's success. Her personal growth emerged from embracing challenges, not avoiding them. She learned that self-belief isn't about arrogance, but about understanding your own capacity for adaptation and innovation. Each setback was a lesson, each criticism a fuel for improvement. Key insights for emerging entrepreneurs: develop a growth mindset, learn from every experience, build skills, not just resumes, create value beyond immediate compensation, understand that patience and strategy matter more than instant success. Maya's journey demonstrated that entrepreneurial success transcends traditional boundaries. It's not about where you start, but how intelligently you navigate your path. Her final message resonated with hope and practical wisdom: believe in your vision more than your circumstances. Your background is not your limitation, it's your unique advantage. But to the dreamers watching, to those feeling stuck in seemingly dead-end jobs, her story was a clarion call. Your potential is limited only by your imagination, determination, and willingness to learn. The road to success is rarely straight. It's a complex journey of continuous learning, strategic thinking, and unwavering commitment. But believe, persist, transform. Hey entrepreneurs, Maya Rodriguez here, and if you're watching this, you're probably dreaming of something bigger. Let me be straight with you. Success isn't about where you start, it's about how hard you're willing to work and how smart you're willing to think. My top 3 practical entrepreneurship tips. 1. Every job is a classroom. Learn everything you can, everywhere you are. 2. Build skills, not just a resume. Your knowledge is your most valuable asset. 3. Network strategically. Connections open more doors than credentials. Pro tip for aspiring business owners: your current position doesn't define your potential. I went from making lattes to owning a multi-million-dollar franchise. If I can do it, so can you. Want more insights? Here's what really matters. Develop a growth mindset. Stay curious. Be willing to take calculated risks. Learn from every single experience. Quick advice for immigrants and first-generation entrepreneurs: your background isn't a limitation, it's your unique competitive advantage. Before you go, I've got a challenge for you. What's one small step you can take today towards your big dream? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know your entrepreneurial journey. If this video helped you, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's build something incredible together. Remember, your potential is waiting. Go get it. Maya's signature smile and wave.